Today's session number 291, and our topic of discussion today is 36 Tattva of Trika Shaivism. So we will discuss about, somebody wants to join. Okay, so today is discuss about this Trika Shaivism, also known as Kashmir Shaivism. So because we have a lot of steps, 36 steps that there. So we'll go into that. Before that, let me give you a little brief of the background of what is Kashmir Shaivism, or what is Shaivism, to start with. Then we'll go into the detail. There are a lot of aspects of, just to understand what the subject, we'll not go into detail. Our topic is today only on the Tattva, 36 Tattvas, but just little brief so that we bring things into the context. Yeah. See that whole universal consciousness, what we call it in the Vedic understanding, that is Parama Shiva, like universal consciousness, the one, the source, that is a creator. So, and creator, when has made a creation, when it is created, it is individual consciousness, like the creation, which is created. We are also part of it. Like we are human being as one of the part of the creation. So our consciousness wise, the individual consciousness is called Shiva. And universal consciousness is called Param Shiva, or the one, the source of everything. So that is a distinction. So the individual, we can attain maximum up to the level of individual consciousness. So that is called self-realization. That is attaining your Shivatva, or the consciousness similar to the highest level of yourself. That is Shiva Vapti. That is the level of we can attain through the spiritual means. So in that sense, when the self-realization or experience of your highest self is experience of your Shivatva, that is the highest level you can attain, because you are representative of Param Shiva. So individually, you can access to that level. So this particular, the way to reach to your Shivatva, that has been studied by many masters and many sadhaks and rishis and all. So that is so they are called Shivites, like the method to attaining your Shivatva. Okay, that is Shaivism. So that is what Shaivism is all about. Out of all those, of course, it is thousands of years old. But in between, what happened was the whole Hinduism, in fact, were been divided into many factions, and then Buddhism came, Islam came, Christianity came, and all other thing came, and many things has been make a lot of divisions into the religious belief system. That's fine. That is okay. So in the process, what happened was the original what was the Shivatva and what has been studied earlier has been lost. Again, it has been revived because there was a need to bring it together, like understanding together, rather than small factions fighting among themselves with their thinking their concept is the best concept and all. So there has been some movement of bringing it together, and that particular movement has been developed in upper Himalayan region of Kashmir, with isolation of the main thing. Yeah. So there are many sadhaks are there, particularly those are into 18th or 12th century. They have been well developed. So that is a Shaivism we we get it today. Like that is called Kashmir Shaivism. And this has been, again, in between a lot of things happen, little bit dispersion happens and all. Finally, in the modern era, that Lakshmanju Maharaj, Swami Lakshmanju, so he only, compiled it together and developed a particular like a ashram, and there is now present Kashmir Shaivism. What we learn is from Lakshmanju Maharaj, Swami Lakshmanju Maharaj, and his lot of disciples are there all over the world right now. In the Kashmir also it is there, and there are some direct of his disciples now. They are teaching and things like that. Many of them I have seen, coming to Amarjyotiji's ashram in Palampur, and they are teaching. Yeah, they are having some courses, and so all those things are there. Okay. So anyway, so that is about the Kashmir Shaivism. So it is the process for your self-realization from your normal unconscious human being, so-called we are, to how to be the conscious, like our consciousness, Shivatva. Achieving that is the path is given in the Shaivism. There are 36 Tattva, the steps to reach there. So your self-realization or your highest self, that has been described here, and that is our today's topic of discussion. Okay, another small thing I just let me say why it is called Trika Shaivism. Trik means three. See, means in the Shaivism, there are three ways. It has been normally explained to attain that Shivatva or self-realization. Yeah? They call upaya. In Shaivism, the ways or upayas. Yeah? This is three ways, you can say three ways of attaining God consciousness. Or you can say the three milestones of attaining God consciousness. So, and I'm not going to detail because these are very detailed and in-depth subject, but I'll just mention these names. First stage is called Anubhuti. Anubhuti means which corresponds to usual system of worship, yogic effort and purification through breath control. So that is about that the different techniques. Those are physical in nature. Okay, so actually this is these upayas are, you can say it should be one after another. Okay, it is three milestones, you can say, not roads. You can say the way to your God consciousness or Shivatva, there are three major milestones. First milestone can be achieved by, as per Kashmir Shaivism, achieved by Anubhuti. Anubhuti means the rituals and worshipping. You make your body fit, make the breathing exercises, raise your energy and vibration and all those kind of stuff. You eat sattvic food and all those things. Those are part of Anubhuti. So out of three milestones, which is the Trika Shaivism, and second stage is called Shaktopai. Shaktopai is just, it is about all about developing the clear and powerful mind. Okay. So first, it is Shaktopai is the second stage, you can say, or second milestone you have to reach, you have to attain by having full control over your mind. Thought should not just automatically come and penetrate your mind and your random thinking. It will make you emotional, and then you behave accordingly. So basically, you are become fully under control of the ego. So Shaktopai, in other sense, you can say it is getting rid of ego, annihilation of ego. But it is, the stage is all about mind. First is to bring it under control or some discipline rather than random. Then purification of the thoughts. So the nature of thought should change from negative and ugly thoughts to purifying thoughts, and then finally divine thoughts, and then reducing the number of thoughts, and finally it will want to what is called attaining thoughtless state, perfect calm and bliss you experience by just mind control, So mind, then later on, you become a master of the mind. Mind is not controlling you anymore. That stage is Shaktupaya. Third stage is called Shambhupaya. Shambhavupaya. Shambhavupaya is that is the last stage of attaining the God consciousness. So it is actually here you can say this part is the divine bliss is showering on you. It is also mentioned this part need to be guided by a guru, so that who can pull you from that. You have done the material, physical part, and get ready and all effort and all. Second part is all mind thing processed and all. The last part is basically that here you need proper guidance. It is beyond mind, of course, but attaining your higher bodies, the experience of your higher self. There are, the 7 body system we have. So up to mind level, it has gone to the below 3 has gone. Now you have to go further, the Anandamaya Kosha and all others, your spiritual body and all those things, that you need that guidance. Or this is here your Guru Kripa comes into play. And this part is it's actually the journey of enlightenment, that final jump, final escape velocity, the rocket. Earlier 2 stages are preparations, and now this final stage that the escape velocity, the rocket goes into that ultimate destination in the space, or the maybe reaching moon. So this kind of thing that is the last stage is Shambhavupaya. Okay. So this, as I mentioned, that this needs proper guidance. Like when the rocket is going, it needs some mission control so that it goes into the right direction. Rocket is ready, fuel is ready, everything is ready. Everything, whatever need to be put in, all put in and ready. But that final journey, you need that the divine grace to guide you further, and you attain finally self-realization. Okay, so this is about the 3 upayas, what is explained in the Kashmir Shaivism, and that's why it is known as Trika Shaivism, but as it is developed in the place, geographical land of Kashmir, so that's why it is known as Kashmir Shaivism. So this is the limited background. And there are a lot of text, even some book written by Swami Lakshmanju Maharaj also is available on Kashmir Shaivism. So any one of you need to know the history and how it is developed, what are the things, different chapter parts of it, that you can study that for your own. All right, I think this is enough of the background. Let us come to the 36 steps, our today's discussion now directly. So to understand again why we need to study the 36 steps, because this particular, Shaivism, that Tattva, they gave how Shiva become Jiva. Okay, Jiva means here the human. So from Shiva to Jiva, there are 36 steps. So originally what happened, Shiva is of course, the first step, then second, third, fourth. After that, coming to the level we are, it has to come down 36 steps. Then it is possible to form that what we are. The Jiva has been formed. That is at the time of creation. So now, what we need as a Jiva, we need self-realization. That 3 upaya is mentioned here. Anubhuti, Shaktupaya, and Shambhavupaya. So these things these upayas are meant for what? Meant for, from Jiva, you need to attain Shivatva. That's the Shiva stage. Consciousness you need to attain. So if you study how it came down, or you study from the bottom, one step at a time, and you can master that. And then slowly, after completion of that 36 step, you will realize the same as the Shiva. So that is the purpose of understanding of this 36 Tattva. This Tattva, if you understand step by step, then we can have the mastery, and then we can go beyond that, higher and that step. So one point of time, when we have understood all 36 lower steps, we can be aware. Awareness and understanding. We call it two wings of your journey. Awareness and understanding, you develop it to the level that you become, this goal is to reach to that. It is a Vihangam mark, the way of the bird. The two wings are awareness and understanding. And there is a tail also, the rudder, in which it determines which direction your spiritual journey will go. That is awareness and understanding are two wings, and your tail or the rudder is love and gratitude. Okay, if you have that, if a strong awareness and understanding with proper love and gratitude to the divine or Guru Tattva, you will be guided towards that. So it takes minimum time to reach to the ultimate self-realization, your Shivatva. Okay. All right. So now so that is the purpose. That's why we need to study. If we understand steps, then only we'll be able to, implement, overcome whatever is necessary for us to go beyond that. Usko jana hai, usko beyond jana hai. You have to win over that step. Like through understanding and awareness, so that you go beyond. That will not control you anymore. That is the idea. Okay. So you can see there are, it is whole thing, 36 tattvas are divided into 3 main categories. Okay. So that I have given into this announcement thing. You say there are 3 main categories. The lowermost is 24 Ashuddha Tattva. Ashuddha means impure Tattva. Or it is, you can understand by gross magnetic energy. So means magnetic here, actually it represents the physical energy. Okay. So physical level energy. That's why it is a magnetic has been used. So it's a gross magnetic energy, and they have a 24 of them Tattva. Tattva means the chapters. Each chapter has its own role to play and its own significance. That's why we need to understand them. So today we'll go into the detail. The next higher one is called Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. It's a mixed between spiritual and magnetic energy. Magnetic again represents not a bar magnet made of the iron. It is just the magnetic means it is your physical level energy. That this physical 3-dimensional energy, that is the magnetic energy is mentioned here. So spiritual, magnetic, both are combined. It is a mix of both. So this is the 7. There are Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. That is the next higher. And the highest level of all those tattvas is 5 Shuddha Tattva. That's 5 spiritual energy. So those are 5. So if we understand first that lowermost 24, which we are the human being, then we understand the 7 Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, which is intermediary. And then finally we'll understand the Shuddha Tattva, which will lead us to our own Shivatva or self-realization. Okay, so this is how the whole thing is structured. So let us now start with the first 5 things what is made of. So this first means lowermost out of. So we are talking that there are 5 Panch Mahabhuta what we are made of. So there is a basic element. If you see, if somebody is preparing a idol for worship, like in Bengal we call Pratima, like it's made of straw and mud and things like that, then painted, and then jewelry and clothes, and they are wearing. There is some category, they are professional, like they are making the Pratima, and which has been worshipped in the different places, houses, pandals, and things like that. Yeah. So whoever is making those idols, that pratima, how they do, first they put some kind of wood structure, then put straw, and then give some rassi to form that figure. Then you put mud layer, and on top of that they dried up. Then do final, the eyes, nose, faces, and all those kind of things. Then they put all the dresses and hair and all this kind of stuff. They build that idol one after another, thing like that. So fundamentally, to prepare that idol, you need some basic material. That's the wood structure and the straw and that rassi and the mud, and then all this dresses and all those things needed, and paints are needed, and all those things is needed to prepare an idol. Same, when the human jiva has been created, the ingredients of that is Panch Mahabhuta. That is the 5 elements of the universe. In fact, not only jiva, whole universe is made of these 5 Panch Mahabhuta. So what are those? We have discussed many times, but again, Panch Mahabhuta, let me say it again. It is about the like a space or ether. Then it's known as Akasha or space. Then Vayu or air, Tejas or fire, Apas means this water, and Prithvi, earth. Okay, so we have the space, then air, fire, water, and earth. Okay, that 5 elements. So that we are made of. So they are called Pancha Mahabhutas. Okay. So now you can see that the idol has been made now. So as I again mentioning, the pratima or idol has been made with all these things. Okay. Now we cannot leave it there. We have to give something, to make it active, so make it work in the in the real world. So what is the next set of the things to be put into it? They call Panch Tanmatras. So Tanmatra means that you can say that these are the 5 senses we have. Somebody wants to join. So Panch Tanmatra is basically the 5 senses. You have to give that. Whatever you build with a Panch Mahabhuta, like you create an idol, now you have to give different aspects, characteristics. Or you can say that is hardware. Now you have to build in softwares to it, functionalities into it. So then the 5 senses has been given to that, what has been structure made of Panch Mahabhuta. And those are called Panch Tanmatras. So they should be able to interact about that Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. That is the 5 Panch Tanmatra. So Shabda is a sound. It should be able to hear and understand sound. It should be able to feel thing, which is Sparsha. Then it should be it should be able to see things, like it is a form, the Rupa, it is able to see that. It is able to taste Rasa, that able to taste something, food or something. Then Gandha, that is the odor, or smell, or fragrance. It should be able to get it. So Pancha Mahabhuta, which is the physical structure, has now given that interactive capacity of that 5 things, which is Pancha Tanmatra, they call it. Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Yeah, there is a Panch Tanmatra. So that getting attributed to it. So it is only the attribution. I will come later. That is the Indriya part is come little later. But these aspects need to be interactive with. From outside, there is only Panch Tanmatra says these things, attribution, you need to be interacting with outside world with these forms, these ways. Yeah, that's what it tells. Yeah. Then it goes to the next. Next level is it has to function by itself. To function by itself, that has been given Panch Karmendriya. Some functionalities which needed to run on its own. So for that, those are the Karma Indriya, like a Sam Indriya, 5 Indriya, for that it runs on its own. What are those Panch Karmendriya? So this is about Vak, or the speech or voice. It has been given. Then it has been given Pani, like hands, or grasping something, holding something. So it has been given that functionality. The functionality of speaking is Vak, and functionality of holding or touching, that is given as a Pani, like hands. Then third Karmendriya has given Pada, like a feet for walking. It should move around. It should be able to move. For that, the Pada is given, the feet. Then it has been given the Payu, which is excretion. It need to process itself. Food and food need to go out. So that excretory elements or functionalities has been given. And the last one is Upastha, is a procreation or genitals has been given, so that it can create its own, further generations, or it creates the children. So for that, the procreation system has been built in. Okay. So these are the Pancha Karmendriya. So functionalities given into that human body. So this I am repeating. They have given Vak, means speech, Pani, hands for holding, Pada for walking or movement, Payu for excretory, functionality, and Upastha, that's for procreation, the genitals. So these are been given as a Pancha Karmendriya. So whatever the function they do, they need this instrument for respective functions. Okay, that is what has been provided here. So we have come up to Panch Mahabhuta, Panch Tanmatra, and Panch Karmendriya. We come up to here. Okay. Now next is Panch Gyanendriya. Okay, it is this particular thing. It is Panch Gyanendriyas are not receiving. It is about processing. Okay. It may sound similar to Panch Tanmatra, but Tanmatra is a functionality, but here it is an instrument which can process it. Okay, that is part is called Gyanendriya. So there are 5 such Gyanendriya, and first is Shrota for hearing, which has been to receiving and processing sound. Then Toak is touch, or the skin part of it. It should process the touching or feeling, hot, cold, rough, smooth, that kind of thing it should process. So that is Toak. And next is Chakshu, is the eyes for seeing. Earlier was skin for touching, feeling by touch. This Chakshu is for seeing, or eyes, but we can see the process, any light signal coming into you, and you will be able to process it. To understand it is a sense of distances, sense of colors, and all associated with seeing. It's part of it. Yeah, Chakshu. Then next Gyanendriya is Rasana. Rasana is the testing, the tongue. Tongue is the instrument, but the processing of that taste that's what is this Rasana is all about. Gyanendriya. How we can differentiate between different tastes, whether something is sweet, something is sour, something is hot, like if we eat chili, and some of them maybe salty, and all this kind of taste, we will be able to differentiate with this Rasana. That is the testing, and it is operated by tongue. And the last one is a Grana, or smelling, and which is done, of course, through nose. So it is not the smell as a Tanmatra, it is a processing of the smell. We know that is what it is processing of the odor or processing of the fragrance is called smelling, which is used by the nose here. Yeah. So this is the Panch Gyanendriya. Okay. So this, what I explained so far, is the bottommost 20. Panch Mahabhuta, 5 the elements, then Panch Tanmatra, that you can say that it is Panch Tanmatra is like a whatever the 5 things of 5 modes of interaction. You can say that that is Tanmatra, through sound, feel, form, taste, and all the things of interface between the outside and inside, that Pancha Tanmatra. Then you have Panch Karmendriya to run yourself. The human being to run itself, it needs that functionalities. Those are Panch Karmendriya, which is Vak, which is speech, Pani, or grasping, Pada, walking, Payu, expression, Upastha, procreation. Those are 5. Yeah. And then from the external interface, what we understood from Panch Tanmatra, processing them inside and make it a meaningful, So those kind of things are the 5 Gyanendriya are Shrota, hearing, Tak, touching, Chakshu, seeing, Rasana, tasting, and Grana, smelling. Okay, so these 20. So from Ashuddha Tattva, the lowermost 20 are this. Okay, so I think, I hope nobody should have any confusion in this 20. It's very easy. We know it by our own direct everyday experiences. Yeah. All right. Now next go the step further up. What is beyond Pancha Gyanendriya, Karmendriya, Tanmatra, and all this? First is called Manas Tattva. Manas Tattva is instinctive mind or lower mind. It is the soul select the sense perception of the general sense data. Like to process those data, you need some kind of local control system. That is the mind. It builds them to intangible, intelligible images, names, classified, present them. So it is a data processing going on. It is the Manas Tattva. So whatever data has been collected by all these Karmendriya, Gyanendriya, and in the forms of Pancha Tanmatras, and so this is here the first that the software comes into play. So those are all the receiving instruments or receiving or further transmitting instruments, but processing instrument, data processing that has been done by the mind. So here comes the Manas Tattva. Yeah? So that is a mind is into, that is the instrument where all the data is processed. Yeah? It is, you can say, the local platform to process the data. That is a Manas Tattva. Then the above that goes Ahamkar Tattva. Ahamkar is ego. Ego Tattva, it develops actually the power of personality. The individuality comes into here. Yeah? So individually, so it has been a local identity created to run the whole operation. Or you can say to run into the external world, you need identity. You need unique identity. So that is your Ahamkar Tattva. So this Ahamkar Tattva is being perceptions, emotions, thoughts, memories, all built into the Ahamkar Tattva, the I maker, they call it. If somebody wants to join. So Ahamkar Tattva is become boss of the mind, and it has been given to operate into that, so operate the whole thing, run the operation. It is a local boss who runs this operation of this. What so far has been given, like arms and all these things, interactions, senses and everything, it has been data processed by Manas Tattva, and it is run by Ahamkar Tattva, which it is a controlled control center. So not operating platform, which runs it, which gives the instruction. And that's what it forms the uniqueness of each and every individual. That's why the personality has been developed. So each personality is different, and because their combinations are different, the way they operate are different, and the way they operate different because of this Ahamkar Tattva, the ego, that makes them different. So this Ahamkar is a I maker, means it's a me, I, so it developed that personality, and it is the identification of this personality is ego. So it thinks that it is I, this is me. Okay, that is Ahamkar Tattva. Okay, now next is that who runs that this Ahamkar Tattva is being run by the intellect. That is a Buddhi Tattva. So it is that Buddhi Tattva is an intellect which has been given power to Ahamkar initially. That Ahamkar need to be empowered, like you are the local center, what is now the control center, it to be empowered. It has to have its own tool. Manas is the implementation thing, but it has to be, you can say it is the advisor of Ahamkar, that is Buddhi. Okay. Buddhi gives the advice, it's a consulting. Buddhi itself doesn't do anything, it just give the advice to Ahamkar. Ahamkar then runs the show. So that is the Buddhi Tattva, that is the intellect. So which is, which has been, which is running the Ahamkar. So it is one level above that, which runs the Ahamkar. Now, we have already discussed 23 out of 24 of Ashuddha Tattva or gross magnetic energy. So now we go to the last one or the topmost one in this category. It is called Prakriti Tattva. Prakriti Tattva is like a human nature, So it is not really individual, but you are under that influence of that, because that you cannot go out of your nature. And here come the Prakriti Tattva is as per Shaivism, Kashmir Shaivism, saying it is the highest level what one can identify itself as an individual. And it has got like a governed by some characteristics, of this Prakriti, Prakriti Tattva, the human nature. So it cannot do anything which is outside its nature. So it can, that's why it is given. Means it should be a land-based thing. It should not be living in the sea or not even flying on the sky all the time. So as a human nature has got certain parameters involved, yeah. So it has to run within the parameter. That's the human nature. That is a boundary given. That is called Prakriti Tattva. So which Prakriti it will have, which the human nature it will have. And that nature is coming from a lot of things that we'll discuss later. So what the Buddhi, Ahamkar and Manas, they run under the Prakriti. So this you can say that it is the nature that governs rest of the things. So it is like a part of being one particular family. The family may have some kind of tradition, may culture, and the way of dealing things. So they become a part of that family. So here the human nature, Prakriti Tattva, is a part of being that family. Under that your individual things develop. But category-wise, broadly, it is the nature which governs the rest of the things. And basically it is, this Prakriti determines what are the type of experience it is going to have in that lifetime. So it's about the nature of thoughts, emotions, on sense perception, how much, which sense it wants to utilize more, which kind of thing it wants to target, and target need to be achieved as per their understanding. So those all governed by this. And mainly this has been categorized into the that human nature has been categorized into three three types. As I was mentioned, the three clan or three family. Yeah. So what are those three families? It's called guna. Okay. So three guna they have. The Prakriti can have three guna, and these three are Satva, Rajas, Tamas. So Satva is a sattvic. It's about the associated with the light, associated with the joy, associated with the purity. So if that human nature is governed by the purity, the light, the clarity, so then it's called sattvic. Okay, the nature. And if it is like governed by to be happy and having fun and all this, like jo marzi kare and all those kind of things, that is called rajasic. Sattvic is all about purity, all about following the path of in the light, and this is about the rajasic is about the activities. Which gives me pleasure, which gives me happiness, which gives me that, and I have to enjoy my life. These are rajasic tendencies. So rajas guna, okay, rajas gun. So that is rajasic, and then third one is tamasic. Tamasic is mainly negative. Rajasic is positive, and or you can say that sattvic is positive. Rajasic is a combination, positive, negative, both. And tamasic is negative. Yeah. So it is mainly controlled by the darkness, absence of light. It is buddhi is also like that. It feels happy giving pain to others, like sadistic pleasure, or it has got certain qualities which is in the expense of others. I can have fun. So that is a kind of thing. Is tamasic in nature. And it is rajasic, by the way. Rajasic, they are very good in active things, like they love activities, like taking initiative and going there and doing effort and all those things. The part of rajasic tendencies. Tamasic tendencies have become idle and mauj masti karte, kaam kaun karega type. And sattvic is for self-realization. Chalo thoda sa meditate karte hain and अच्छे खाना पीते हैं, healthy खाना खाते हैं, पीते हैं, and not too much into indulgence into any kind of addictions and things like that. Sattvic. Rajasic is, yes, there are addictions and all, mauj masti karte hain. Tamasic is, those things are also there, addictions are there, but they don't want to work, and they may be by the others' expense they wanted to live. Yeah, so live life. So that is a tamasic tendencies. See, these are three tendencies, this human nature broadly categorized. So normally people fall into any one of these things. So these are this is Prakriti Tattva, and this is the 24 Ashuddha Tattva, impure. Why it is impure? When we will go to the higher stages, we'll understand. But this 24 controls our life, and all of us, we are, except of course what we are made of, that Panch Mahabhuta, we really don't have any direct understanding of that. It doesn't need also, is okay. But other than that, rest of the things we can easily correlate and understand what they're talking about. Yeah. These Ashuddha Tattvas are not difficult to understand, because we are operating in this field and operating through these instruments, operating through these senses all the time. Yeah. Okay, so now if you, so let me quickly touch upon all these things. So as we said that we have to go towards our self-realization, this 24 Ashuddha Tattvas, we need to understand first. Understanding or knowing a thing, knowing a problem is half solved. Okay. If you consider these are the problem to be solved, then you have to know that first. What are those? That's what I have just explained. Yeah. What are those? Now you have the pretty good idea that what you can do about it. Of course, you can do nothing about Panch Mahabhuta. So drop that. Okay. It's beyond your control. You are made of that. So you cannot play with it. Yeah. But other things you can. So I'm just giving a hint. I'll not go too much into detail because today is not about how to overcome this, but I will touch upon that. I just say as idea, food for thought. See, if we understand it properly, suppose 5 senses. Let us take that example. I cannot delete my 5 senses. I'm born with it. Okay. How can I delete? Even if it's easy to say, okay, if you wanted to elevate yourself to a Shivatva, you have to drop 5 senses. How can I drop? I'm made up of that. True. So it is not actually telling you to drop these senses. What is actually, listen this part very carefully. All this, whatever we have discussed, it is there. The spiritual practice is not about dropping them. Even sometimes the word uses dropping. Usko chhodna padega. You have to drop it. That does not mean you physically, cut and throw it out. It's not possible. Yeah. What it means is you have to go beyond it so that these things cannot control you. Okay, very important thing to understand. In our spiritual process, all we are trying to do so that these aspects, these Ashuddha Tattvas, they can no longer control me. So we have to go beyond that. That is you can say detachment. Okay, there are ways to get, unclutching. Usko pare jana, whatever way you understand. All our effort will be to go beyond that so that it does not control you anymore. This aspect will be there, but it will not controlling your further journey. So that is the spiritual journey. So the elevation from the materialistic journey, what you had many, many years in this lifetime, maybe definitely hundreds of lifetimes before, but this is an opportunity to understand. I mentioned understanding a problem is half solved. So first you understand, then you find out ways and means to go beyond it. And there come the spiritual masters. They will guide you. How to go beyond it. Means how to liberate it from the so-called life without dying. Okay. That's why it is called, if you can, whatever the time of death you are going to experience, if you can experience into the living body, then you get enlightened. Then these factors, they don't control you anymore. So that is the idea. I leave it there because this itself is a topic. I'm not going there. I'm just giving a clue. What is the importance of studying this? Importance of studying is this. You have to go beyond all those things. And beyond going all those things, it does not mean you have to cut and throw out like a surgical operation. No. You have to go with a clearly understanding and awareness. It will operate, but you will be operating above that. The analogy I normally give is, it is about, you are complaining about your life, too much of rain, too much of cloud, too much of thunder, so many things are natural calamity happening, road full of mud, flood and whatnot. Yes, storm, trees are breaking. So this is your experience of life. So if you have certain instrument, certain vehicle that you can, like a flight, you take a flight and go above the cloud level, then rains will happen, but they will not touch you. You are beyond that. So you are going above that level so that they cannot touch you. Mud and all will not touch you. Rain will happen. Same here. So it is your understanding and awareness, Vyangammarg, that flight you have to take above this level. Okay. Then you can get out of this. And how to do that? The 3 upaya has been given. Anubhuti and Shaktopaya and Sambhopaya. Yeah. So these three ways are there given by Kashmir Shaivism, but all the upaya will help you to go beyond these things, beyond the clutch of 24 Ashuddha Tattvas. Yes, we are made of that, but it is possible. We have also given energy to go beyond that. That energy that we have to now understand. To be given, just summarize in one line, to go beyond gross magnetic energy, you have to use spiritual energy. Okay, so that is the pure spiritual energy is needed. And from going beyond the gross magnetic energy and the pure spiritual energy, which is a target destination, in between there is a layer called Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, the 7 Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, the segment is coming now, which that we need to understand. Okay. So anyway, let me ask you, if you have any thing about the Ashuddha Tattva, this 24th Tattva I have just explained, before I go to the Shuddha-Ashuddha, because that will go to the some level, we cannot come back to the Ashuddha Tattvas again. If you have anything just not clear and all, you can raise your hand and then we can discuss it before I go to Shuddha-Ashuddha, the 7 Tattvas. Because now it is going to be little more serious and deep. I will share one, one picture, so post it into the group. So all this will be managed. You need to take note of this thing. No need. I will send you that particular references, and you can have that reference. Yeah. Only just to mention it to you, some of the charts I have seen, the 5 elements that Panch Mahabhuta, they have not given at the end. They are given top of 24. It's okay. Yeah, but don't say that any sequence is that important, because you are made of that 5 Panch Mahabhuta. So some chart I have seen, they have instead of maintaining it is a lowest 5 is 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Yeah, sorry, 24. Instead of that, they are making it in the top 5 under Ashuddha, 24 Ashuddha Tattva, top 5, then others. And they ends with, the Panch Tanmatra. Panch Mahabhuta to then, that's okay, but that's not a big deal. You understand what that means. But these 24 elements are correct, but order, some chart I have seen order is a little different. It's okay, but they mean the same thing. Okay. All right. Now let me go to the next level, which is 7 Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. See, at the head of all Ashuddha Tattva, out of 7, now say the 7th Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. Yeah, spiritual magnetic energy, combination of both. Yeah, it is what is called the science which is in between the material and energy, quantum. Okay.
Plasma.
Quantum.
No, that is
sorry?
plasma. Plasma.
So plasma is that's right. That's a plasma. Whatever word I was looking for. Yeah, you are right. But the quantum thing, like it is not fully material, not fully energy. That is the study of that. So what I'm saying is Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, you can take it. These are the quantum theories. Okay, not pure physics. Neither it is purely energy. It is all in between. So that is the level we will just for example, I'm saying it's not directly applicable here. So what is the Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva? I will start from the bottom, of course. So 7th of Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva out of 7 is called Purusha Tattva. Purusha. Purusha is actually the it is the soul has been it is bind itself into a cage, you can say. Purusha Tattva. It is a restricted version of the soul, which is called Purusha. Purusha is a human. Okay. So the Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, it is the lowermost of the Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, and it's called Purusha Tattva. And Purusha Tattva means a soul lived in a cage, technically. So why it is limited, that will be understanding what are aspects which limits it from a soul to Purusha, is that we will discuss now when I will go to the higher steps, we will understand that. Okay, so let us make it a little bit interesting. So out of 7 Shuddha-Ashuddha, lowermost is Purusha, which is a product of Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. Yeah? And what is the starting point of Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva? It is very interesting. That is a Maya Tattva. Okay. So out of 7, first one is a Maya, and lowermost of Shuddha-Ashuddha. Seventh one is Purusha. What is a Maya? Maya Tattva is just a veil of consciousness. There is a screen. Maya Tattva is the topmost of the Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. What it is concealing? Concealing all Shuddhas. All Shuddha that will go in our next discussion. So whatever above that, it is all concealed. It's not known. And Maya Tattva is a boss of this thing, is CEO of this organization. And Maya Tattva, and towards about the lowermost of this level in the company, like all employees are Purusha. Okay, the human. So Maya is the boss and the lowermost is the Purusha. And Purusha has all the 24 attributes, whatever we discussed so far. Okay. So Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, so Maya is the veil of consciousness which doesn't allow to see beyond, and whatever under Maya comes into the agreement that they will not know what is beyond Maya. Means you are signing a agreement with the company that you will not know who are in the board of directors of that company. Your only face is CEO. Okay. You are under that. Whatever CEOs show you, whatever the report gives you and all, that is your understanding of the whole company. Nothing more than that. You don't know anything beyond. In that case, whoever comes under Maya, we signed an agreement that we will be under the control of Maya. We will not know who is beyond Maya. Even, in reality, we really have no clue what is there at all, so anything is there or not. Okay. So that is why it is called the whole world is under influence of Maya. It's a big Maya. Because Maya runs it. It's a CEO. Okay. As long as you are in the company, you have agreement to work under Maya. Finish. An employee cannot challenge who will be the CEO and what the policy and decisions made by the CEO. It's not possible, right? Same here. We are all Purusha, and we have been under the governance of the CEO Maya. We cannot challenge that. Yeah? We don't have that power, neither authority or, whatever you wish, you cannot go beyond that as long as you are on the planet Earth. Okay? That's what the Maya is. So, in other words, Maya runs the show. So, and Maya conceals whatever is above it. So that's why you don't know. Those reports are confidential. Okay, strictly confidential in a company. You will never know what is there. What is the transaction? Okay, so if you have understand that Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, the top boss is Maya of all Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattvas, and lowermost is the employee, the Purusha. Now you can say there are 5 layers in between Maya and Purusha. They are called Panch Kanchuka. Kanchuka means layers. The CEO has developed its administration in 5 layers and put all the employees below the layer. Okay, so all of them has to pass through all these ladders before they even reach Maya. You cannot, it's not open door policy that you just get into CEO's office. No, you have to come through proper channel. What is that channel? Those are Pancha Kanchuka. Okay, logic wise it is understood, I hope. All right, so now let us see what are those Pancha Kanchuka. What are those 5 layers? Okay, those 5 layers, just a moment. Anybody raised any hand? No, okay, fine. So now what are those 5 layers? Let us understand that. Okay. So they are called Pancha Kanchuka. Doesn't matter what they call it, but you understand what they represent. I will tell you 5 things. They represent what the Maya controls Purusha. 5 layers. Because you cannot break this layer. If you can reach Maya. But Other than you are under the control of those layers. You are below that. Like as I have given an example of the cloud and the rain and all. So you have to go much, much higher level to go beyond cloud. So that otherwise your cloud is your sky. Right? Same is here, Maya. As long as you are below Maya, Maya is the highest level. There's nothing beyond. Only when you go above Maya, that will come later on, above Maya. But now understand, anything below that, it is only Maya you can see. So it's a world, they call it, the Maya or illusion. Mahamaya, they say they're controlling the thing. I mean, it's a great illusion that people are living into. But how this illusion has been created? Just by controlling through 5 layers. What are the 5 layers? 5 Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. So those layers are the Tattva. That is, Tattva is to understand that. The theorem, that 5 theorem. What are those? So let us go into that. So those 5s are Kala Tattva. Kala Tattva means it is a limited power of action. Your creativity, accomplished to able to anything, whatever whatever the power of action you have, that will be limited. Means with your power, you cannot create a planet. Okay, something of that nature. There is whatever you can create, whatever the power of action you have, that is limited. You cannot create everything. Creator has that. We'll come to that later on. But you cannot. You cannot create everything. Or in the same capacity, you have very limited, creativity, limited power of action. Whatever action you are going to take will be also limited. So that is called Kala Tattva. Kala. Like creativity. We have like actors, painters, we call there a kala, no? Like a chitra kala or, nritya kala, all this, that abhinay kala, there are different art forms, right? So those are kala. This is power of action and creativity. Action and creativity merged together gives you kala. This kala, what is being said, that we have a limited thing. Your power, it is in the many companies, there is something called Book of Delegated Powers. So just to give you a small branch out from the discussion, when I joined ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, I have seen that they're referring to something called Book of Delegated Powers of ONGC. It is a public sector company. So each and every level, I joined as assistant executive engineer. So assistant executive, below that there is a assistant engineer, junior engineer, and so forth. And they didn't have the administrative power. Then executive engineer, then deputy superintendent engineer, superintending engineer, chief engineer, deputy general manager, group general manager, like that. All, and in the commission, that its highest level was the member of the commission and then chairman. Okay, all of them, they have the power defined in each category. Suppose how much, so there is a project going on, the tendering going on, the signing, who will sign that particular tender? How much amount they can sign, they approve. This is given in the Book of Delegated Powers. Okay, somebody has to go into a travel. What kind of travel it will be, which mode, which level of people will go. Based on that, there is a rank that who can approve it. No, something involved, like maybe in the foreign trip for maybe 6 months, staying there and all. It maybe go up to the level of the member to sign it, member of the commission. But somebody has to go to another city within India, then maybe general manager can sign it. Yeah, something like that. Somebody can take one taxi from coming after returning from leave, coming back to the place of duty. That maybe the boss, maybe executive engineer can sign it, like that. Yeah. Anyway, I think you got the idea. So now the thing is that Book of Delegated Power means each position, each level has an associated power. You cannot go. That's called book of delegated power. Same here. So what the CEO has given, that the Purusha, as per delegated power, they cannot sign anything. Okay. They have a limitation. And what is the limit has been defined. You cannot go beyond that. So the process of defining the limitation of, the power of action, is called Kala Tattva. It defines how much action you can take. No matter how much you wish, that's okay. Your mind can go much, much beyond that. But your physical action is very limited. You cannot do beyond certain things. That is governed by a Kala Tattva. So what is the next one? Next one is Vidya Tattva, limited power of knowledge. In the knowledge gathering also, on this planet Earth, human being, you cannot gather all the knowledge available. So there is a limitation there. How much knowledge you can gather, in a lifetime. There is some practical limitations. You cannot go beyond gathering all this kind of knowledge. And there are certain kind of knowledge, even it is not allowed if you don't, qualify at a certain range. Those are mostly the higher dimensional truths, not given to you. Okay. What is happening in, higher dimensions, like Devaloka and all those kind of things, or forget about Pitruloka, it's not available to you. Okay. You have a limited knowledge. Yeah? The knowledge is about this planet Earth, unko kya kar raha hai. Your knowledge is limited to ki wo kitna paisa dega, or who is where election is going on and who won, and that's it. Okay, not beyond that. You cannot have a knowledge of what is happening between this. Is there any other place where human entities available? Which are they? What are their characteristics? You don't know. Not available to you. Okay, it's beyond something. Anyway, so those things are Vidya Tattva. You may not know, almost certain you don't know what is all the knowledge available in this universe. That is a Vidya Tattva. It's a limited power of knowledge. Okay. Next is Raga Tattva. Raga Tattva is limited power of will. It is like a Raga means will means whatever you wish to have, whatever things you are attached to, whatever the type of fascination you will develop, your objects of desire, so-called, those will also be limited. Raga Tattva. Maybe somebody is like very much into earning money. That is a passion, So it is a great willpower to earn money, whatever it is. But at one point you have to stop. You cannot have all the wealth in the world. You cannot. Same, suppose you wanted to buy properties. You cannot buy all the properties in the world. Okay, it's impossible. Some way or other, you have to limit yourself. Maybe, almost no one has touched that level whether they can have all the, no matter, maybe great warrior or whatever, Alexander the Great, but you cannot have all the land in the world. Not possible. So this is the kind of thing, is a limited power of will or raga. Means whatever your desires are also like limited. You are a very powerful person in the world. You say that, whatever, I like to fly on my own. Impossible. You cannot do it. You are limited. It's a desire. Okay. Somebody else can take you. One aeroplane can take you. A rocket can take you. But you yourself, no. Okay. That will, that desire will never be fulfilled. You are not equipped to do all these things. Or you will swim with a, shark in the deep sea, 100 meters below the water. You cannot. You need another vehicle, submarine, to go there. You cannot do on your own. Okay, even if you wish, not possible. You are not equipped. So that means that our desires also limited. Few things here and there, and that we are having so much. We feel we have a lot of more than others, and we feel happy in comparison with others, our neighbors or friends or colleagues. We feel happy that we have more. No, you have almost nothing. You have almost nothing. So, but we become जो भी चाहते हैं वो नहीं मिलने वाला. All those kind of things, and something is beyond your imagination, and that is the restricted power of will. All right. So that is a limited power of will is a Raga Tattva. So far, out of 5 layers, we have discussed Kala Tattva, limited power of action or creativity, Vidya Tattva, limited power of knowledge, and come Raga Tattva, limited power of will or wish. That is also limited. We cannot have unlimited wish. Okay, that is limited. And then it has come that Kal Tattva. Kal Tattva is a limited limitation of time. Means everything has a expiry. Okay, Kal. You cannot have a infinite time on this planet Earth. It will be limited to you, given limited. Whether any action, anything you possess, will all have a limit time, expiry date and time. Okay. Even your life has an expiry. Okay. So that is particular thing about Kal Tattva. And it is the spiritual context, everything, even this world is run by Mahakal. The time is, you have to operate within the time boundaries. You cannot have unlimited time. In fact, time has been created, given for us to have some experience. So you don't have control over time. Time controls you. Okay? So whatever you do, you cannot master time. You cannot allow time to stop for certain duration. Okay, and then restart. Or in planet Earth, time is linear. What is gone is gone. You cannot get it back. You cannot review and see it. There is no forward or reverse button. Even pause button. You don't have. So what control you have over time? Nothing. Okay. Time is running, you are floating in time. That's all. If time takes you away, something is gone forever. If something is coming to you, yes, to some extent you can plan it and all those things. But finally, when it arrives, what arrives, you don't have any control. And why others, what you wished for, those are not arrived, you have no control. And about holding, when you receive it, how long you will be able to hold it? To some extent, yes, you have some kind of control, but you cannot hold it forever. And it will go at certain point of time. If nothing, at least at the time of death, you have to leave it here. So you don't, in that sense, you don't have ultimate power over control over time. You have a limited time, and that is Kal Tattva. You are under that, under Kal. Okay, you don't have control over Kal, and even the whatever Kal has given to you, you cannot hold it for all the time. It will go. It will slip away. No issues, whatever you do. That's Kal Tattva. And the next, Panchakanchuka, the next one is called Niyati Tattva. It's a limited power of experience. See, here the Niyati Tattva is actually, it is talking about our destiny. Okay. There is something has been fixed there. So Niyati has been there. Some script has already been written for us. We cannot go beyond the script. And here actually the law of karma comes, the Niyati, which governs that. And law of karma, of course, whatever we did our past life, that shaped our this life, and we are under influence of the karma. So, and this karma in this lifetime, past karma phal of that karma becomes niyati of this lifetime. And this niyati means destiny. You say, oh, why God given me such a poor life? No, God has not given you anything. Neither taken anything from you, nor given anything from you, other than the life itself. Not given anything. Okay, you see, you created all those things because of your actions in the past lives. If not this life also karma you have to face. So this, whatever is under the law of karma, that is called niyati, destiny. You are born with it, or you have like earned that kind of future, or whatever you are experiencing in your life. You have only, a reason for all those, cause for all those things. Whatever sow, that's how you reap. No? That is that kind of seed you planted, and that is the fruits now you are getting. If you planted a good seed, then juicy, nice, sweet fruits you will get. But if it is a poisonous seed, then how come it is give a, great fruit? It will give a poisonous fruit, and you have to suffer with it. It's effects of that. Okay, toxic effect of those things. Same. So what I meant to say, these aspects are coming under the niyati tattva. You are under that influence. You are not beyond this cause and effect thing, and which is law of karma, and how your destiny has been given. That's why all of us, we face different destiny, different set of situations, life challenges, all because of our own past karmas. So now these are Pancha Kanchuka. So I repeat here, let me summarize this Pancha Kanchuka. So first one, Pancha Kanchuka, I'm saying 5 layers. First one is a Kala Tattva, limited power of action or creativity. Then second is Vidya Tattva, limited power of knowledge. Then Raga Tattva, limited power of will or wish, whatever we like to have. And limited power of a Kal Tattva, limited time. Everything has an expiry, whatever we have. And fifth is that Niyati Tattva. It is about destiny. It is about limitation of all overall experience on this planet Earth that has been already defined. It's not unlimited. Okay. And that is defined by our own past karma. So we are governed by law of karma. Niyati Tattva is applied here. So this Pancha Kanchuka, 5 layers are in between the Maya and Purusha. So Maya, which conceals what is above. And that is the truth, Shuddha Tattva. From the Purusha, these 5 layers control our life, control humanity. Okay, everybody, we are under these layers. Yeah. So Mahamaya runs, or say Maya Tattva, okay, say Mahamaya runs its business by these 5 strict rules and guidelines and regulations in her company. Okay, let us put it that way. All employees had to go through this. So whoever is born in the planet Earth, so-called Purusha, Purusha is a gender neutral, so Purusha, so that is all human beings. It doesn't mean man or woman. It's just all. Yeah? Purusha is governed by these 5. So as long as you are planet Earth, you have to sign the agreement of all these 5, the protocol or 5, binding clauses, and you are under that. So, and that way you are limited. You cannot do whatever you wish. Yeah. All right. So this completes the Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva. So now we go to the Shuddha Tattva. Before again going to Shuddha Tattvas, if any one of you having any question of these 7 layers, 7 Shuddha Tattva, then raise your hand. Then I will explain that in more detail. All right. So all Pancha Kanchukas are clear. Okay. Why you are limited? So that gives us the Shaivism. Yeah. So these layers. So what does this tell you again? That if there is some way, if we can go above the layers, then we'll touch Maya. Okay. And to come out of all these layers, so we have to qualify ourselves to go beyond Maya. Like you make like a company analogy, you become so competent that you are overcome all those things and you are become the contender for the post of CEO. And once you have given CEO, you are controlling this. They don't control you anymore. Okay. There's a CEO level. So if you have to, so understand that. You were an employee before. Yeah? So now you do certain things. What are certain things? That's a different subject also. But theoretically say, by any means, if you can empower yourself, so you, qualification wise or experience wise, you come to certain level that you are at the same level of Maya, then you are given the chance to run this operation. And that when you do that, you become eligible to control these aspects. You are not under them, you are above them. And that is the only way to go beyond it, to qualify, to have that eligibility of becoming a CEO. Then only you will be able to go beyond that. Otherwise, never. Always you become an employee and be so happily. So, but if you wanted to go, you don't need that restrictions. Then you have to be qualify yourself to be as a CEO level or Maya level, and then ultimately you can, run this. You controlling will be in your hand, so they will not control you anymore. So I'm just giving again another important food for thought in this milestone. Okay. All right. Next, final level, which is the Shuddha Tattva, pure spiritual energy. Pure spiritual energy, this particular aspect, that is, let me come from the top, because so far, because we are human, we are achieving to that. So for that, makes sense earlier to come from the bottom up. Okay, but in this particular, the pure spiritual energy, I think explanation, understanding will be better if we start from the top. Okay, so for that, I'm just breaking the sequence. I'm coming from the top for this only five Shuddha Tattvas. Yeah? This 5 Shuddha Tattva. Okay. All right. This 5 pure spiritual energy, the topmost. As I mentioned, I'm reversing my explanation, not bottom up, now top down. There is a reason for it that you will understand when I'll explain. The top level is Shiva Tattva, the pure infinite consciousness, or Para-Shakti. Para means pure. Like in the Guru Vandana also, Guru, there is a word came, the para in between.
Para Brahma.
Correct. Para means pure. Okay. Para means not other. Okay. Neither that para means param. Is para means pure. Param means ultimate. Okay. So some people by mistake they use param Brahma. Param, not param. Para. Okay, that's pure. Yeah. So that pure infinite consciousness is called Shiva Tattva, who is a creator of everything. Pure infinite consciousness. That is the highest level one can achieve. And it is a supreme being level, no way near Purusha level. Supreme being level. And it is a pure consciousness. Like there is no such attributed to it. Okay, it's completely pure. Everything. And it has got its own quality of like omni-known, knows everything. The Purusha, they don't know everything. That is a Vidya Tattva. So these are all beyond that. All the 5 limitations what you have seen in the Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, it is all beyond that. Means it is all infinite. So if you remember that all Pancha Kanchuka, Kala Tattva, that is a limited power of action. Here just opposite, infinite power of action. Okay. Vidya Tattva, limited power of knowledge. Here it is infinite knowledge. Limited power of will, it is infinite will, Raga Tattva. Kal Tattva, temporary, that like a time expiry. Now there is no expiry, infinite time. In eternity, everything runs. Niyati Tattva, limited, the power of thing. It is karma, law of karma. It's beyond law of karma. Law of karma doesn't apply here. Okay. It's beyond all those things. So everything is truly infinite. That is a Shiva Tattva. Now, Shiva Tattva is a pure infinite consciousness. So, and it has all the power, all the knowledge, all these things. We cannot even imagine it. Our imagine cannot go there, because our imagination is a Purusha's imagination, no? Okay. Purusha's imagination cannot comprehend what Shiva's imagination can be. It's not possible because of the 5 layers. Whatever you can experience in this planet Earth, all are known. Everything is known. There's nothing which is unknown. You cannot have any experience which is not known. Okay. That's why, any kind of, just I'm a little bit going away on these things. So any kind of experience, what we do to confirm the experience? Whatever your experience is, that is called Atma Prachiti. Atma Prachiti is your own experience. Then your experience need to be your experience, whether it's your experience or it is a mind game, you don't know. Okay. So that need to be confirmed by a guru or a wise person. Okay. So then when guru confirms your experience, then that part, confirmation by the guru, is called Guru Prachiti. Okay. Means then your experience get confirmation. There is some experience, even your guru is not able to get, it may not be that guru's personal experience, what he or she can confirm you. Okay. Then guru need to consult the, like a collective consciousness, or scriptures also in that sense, but not all the scriptures are available. Many things are destroyed. So they can collect it to Guru Mandala. Okay. So those, when it is come to, in the guru need to confirm that, because everything is available. That's what I mean. Yeah, that is called Shastra Prachiti. Shastra Prachiti means in the, so far whatever has been experienced by a Munis, Rishis, Gurus and all, those are available there. That is Shastra. So that Shastra Guru can consult and then can confirm you. So it is said that your experience is confirmed when these 3 things are aligned. Like Atma Prachiti, Guru Prachiti and Shastra Prachiti. When they are aligned, then only it is a confirmed experience. Otherwise it may or may not be. This confirmation, so now the reference what now I'm drawing about the Shastra Prachiti, means all whatever you can have, or your, all gurus can have, is already there. Okay. There cannot be any new thing what you can experience. It's not possible. But those are not enforced. Means you can have your independently achieving the same thing. It's possible. Okay. You can independently, many scientists are working different parts of the world. Okay. And they can achieve the same thing. But that thing is already available. That's why they're able to achieve it. But they studied independently. That's possible. They have not interacted or shared. But they cannot achieve anything which does not exist. It's not possible. So that is called Shastra Prachiti. And what I'm saying is, at the Shiva state, all are available. You cannot have, even imagine, forget about doing it or thinking it. I mean, you cannot even think that to that level. Even if you are doing or seeing or something, you cannot even think that what is not there into this. So that kind of infinite space it is. It is a consciousness. Okay. So the Shivatva, this is the highest level, number 1. So let me come to that. This story I normally give for easy understanding this. Think of one person having all the power of the world, all the land, all the by will, the wish, it can create anything. That kind of powerful, just by thinking. I need a 10-story building of this parameter. 10-story building appears. And then say, no, this building, no, color should be not these things, not off-white. I need a little bit of greenish color. I need a sea blue color. It will change into sea blue. Okay, 10-story building, that I don't need a balcony. I may need a rooftop swimming pool. It will appear instantly. I'm just giving exactly for understanding. It will appear instantly. And so that kind of power. So that is, so in that, suppose somebody is having that kind of power. Also, it has all the knowledge of all the kinds of relationship we may have. How to be, how to become a son or daughter, how to become a, brother, sister, like a different, or in the sequence of your siblings, you are in the third, or you are in the first, you are the last, youngest one. What the kind of this kind of combination experiences, or what are the type of friend circle you have, the different type of friend, some jealous friends, some enigmatic friends, some bosom friends, some pampering friends, all kinds of stuff. And all this in the family members, different kind of relationships and different bigger family cousins and this, that, chacha, mama, all those kind of stuff you have. Then for your, then you get married, then your spouse and the in-laws, and in-laws is different, another set of relationships, and then your children and their relationships and all those things. So many relationships you can have in a lifetime, right? Yeah. Everything, what you can experience and known. Okay? Everything is known. What kind of experience you have, of course, in a lifetime, there are so many minutes, so many hours and all those things. So you can have a different, so many thousands of experiences. And all of them are known. So you cannot have any experience but not known by Shiva, or the consciousness. So that's what I'm saying. All right. So I'm just a little bit funnily, I give that example. Suppose you have all the power. What do you do? So, ये सब कुछ लेके, सब knowledge लेके, suppose you wanted to, create anything, you can create. You can have experience of most exotic food. You like a particular, flavor biryani, it appears in front of you, eat it. You want to go somewhere, instantly you go there, have a look. थोड़ा सा आईफिल टावर के ऊपर घूम के आते हैं, इंस्टेंटली करो आईफिल टावर, रो मेरा. और नहीं, वो हिमालय में कैलाश दर्शन करना है, तो जाओ जाके दर्शन करके, इंस्टेंटली. ओके, नो इश्यूज. Yeah, instantly. I'm just giving some example. See, if you have that kind of power and you are only one, what is the next wish you should have? Means you can have. Finally, why I'm saying finally, when I was thinking about that level, that kind of power, that kind of wish fulfillment, तो मैंने then सोचा वो बहुत बोर होता होगा. It's a boring world. World तो नहीं था, but anyway, boring space to be in. I'm alone, having all the power, having anything I want, I get it. It's a very boring thing. कितने दिन तक वो खाना खाएंगे, घूमेंगे और ये करेंगे, नाचेंगे, वो you're alone. So the normal wish is you need to have somebody to share with. You have a partner to share. From that wish, you create the partner. Partner has a complementing qualities so that it can satisfy you. Okay. From that angle, the Shakti was created. Now it was only one, all in one. Now you have two, and complementing each other, Shiva and Shakti. So now we call it, this is divine masculine, this is divine feminine. It's a complementing energy. Okay, the partner. So that you have some company. Kitne din bore hote rahenge? Okay, so that comes the second one. There is a number 2 in the list of pure Shuddha Tattva, pure spiritual energy is called Shakti Tattva, pure infinite bliss. Okay, And that supreme intelligence, that's called supreme intelligence or supreme awareness. And this is power of bliss, or it is a highest level of pure love. So you might have seen me mentioning many times in different discussions, then the pure form of ultimate forms of energy, the primordial versions of energy, is not all the energy, electricity and heat energy and mechanical energy, and no, all of this. Primordial energy are two: love and light. Love, pure love, of course, pure love, creativity, creation, that love energy, divine feminine and divine masculine. What is the light? This light is light of awareness. So this light of awareness, so this is actually the Shiva and Shakti combination, love and light. That is the ultimate energetic experience or spiritual experience you can have. It's a ultimate level of awareness and ultimate level of love. Yeah. So that is the part of it. Yeah. So this is the first two. Then now that together they wanted to create the universe. See, suppose if you have a multiple combination of experience, कि आपको जो है ना, what is your experience of having a child who is very intelligent, or something like that. For that, you have to have some kind of marriage, and then that child will come, and then child will come with the intelligence, and then you can have that kind of direct experience. No? Or you wanted to go to a mountain trail, and where the pine trees will be there and sunlight will come through the pine tree. If you have the light to have that, so you have to create the sun, create the planet Earth, put a mountain trail, and then you will be able to born there as some human, and then you will be walking, you will feel like walking, your mind will be guide you there, wish to walk, and then you will have that experience, So all these things need to be created. No? So to have their will, like will of Shiva, that's why it's called infinite. Then they realized to have this kind of multiple experiences, that even that only one partner is not good enough. You need to build the whole thing. It's a big project. So now that has been, they consulted and created some kind of, through the Shiva's own Shakti, they created the next, you can say, the board of directors, who will actually create the universe. And those are given extreme powers. So under Shiva and Shakti, those board of directors, what have been created was, those are actually the next three Shuddha Tattva. First Shuddha Tattva, Shiva Tattva, then Shakti Tattva, I explained. Now the mission is to create the universe. For our understanding, let us say create the planet Earth. So it has created the different type of energy form. It has been created and given them the board of director level thing. Means same power of the big boss, the chairman of the board, which is Shiva, and vice chairman is Shakti. They have their own contribution to it, but under them there are three more, the directors that came. So those board of directors, first one is called Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva or Ichha Shakti. Shuddha-Ashuddha Tattva, Ichha Shakti is a pure infinite will, like to create something out of the will. They are the director of that. Yeah? So Ichha Shakti, then next is Ishvara Tattva, Ishwar. What is Ishvara Tattva? This is a Gyan Shakti, the pure infinite knowledge. First is the will, intention. So some is Sadashiva Datta is a Ichha Shakti, the intention, boss of the all intentions. Okay. Next is the Ishvara Tattva, the Gyan Shakti, the boss of all knowledge possible, will and then knowledge. And the third director was given the Suddha Vidya Tattva, is a Kriya Shakti. is a pure infinite action, Vishwakarma. Okay. So these three main, given this Ichha Shakti, Gyan Shakti, and Kriya Shakti, and they are in charge of that to create the universe. Now, this particular thing also, there is some, what is called, in the board of director level, the code of ethics, or no, it's not code of ethics, I'm sorry, that is for the below CEO. It's come with the constitution. Okay. The constitution wise, they create a constitution to create the universe, and they have created that there are the 3 chapters of the constitution. 3 chapters are what? These 3 chapters are the creation, preservation, and dissolution. Okay. And these are the 3 main aspects, and there will be somebody who is, on the absolute in charge of that 3 aspects of the creation. First is creating it. That is known as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. But basically aspects are the creation, preservation, and dissolution. Okay. From here, that concept of the divine, the God has come. God, G-O-D, right? G is a generator, and O is operator, and D is a dissolver or destroyer. This is a cycle. It has to, again and again, it has to go, but this is the power of given to the God. Okay. And this God is the product of this Shuddha Tattva. So I repeat now, the 5 elements of Shuddha Tattva, it was from the top. It is now I can say from the bottom. So in that also there are 2 layers. So extreme, the director level, board of directors, which has been directors are, one is Supreme Ichha Shakti, Sadasiva Tattva. Next is Supreme Gyan Shakti, Ishvara Tattva. And third is Kriya Shakti, infinite power of action, that is Shuddha Vidya Tattva. So these 3, the board of directors, they report to the chairman and vice chairman. Okay. Chairman is the Shiva, pure infinite consciousness, and Shakti Tattva, pure infinite bliss or power or creation, creative power. And this is awareness, awareness and the love, pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure bliss, whatever way you understand. Yeah, divine masculine, divine feminine. They were the big bosses, and chairman, vice chairman, the board of directors. So now, once the constitution is there, once the whole board of directors has been created, now they appoint CEO. And who is that CEO? CEO is Maya. Mahamaya, you can call it. So Maya is appointed so that Maya can run that universe. Yeah. It's about creation. It's all created and given, all the things are given. Now CEO is appointed to run that whole operation, which is the universe. So then when CEO is appointed, so then you give me power. That's why the book of delegated power comes. Okay. They give me power so that I can run. So they have been given all the power. So then the CEO developed all the Panchakanchuka, and they said, but I need the employees. Without employees, how I can run this whole thing? I say, okay. Shiva he can create the Ichha Shakti is there. So the authority of Ichha Shakti said, okay, how many you need? He said, I need so many trillions. Okay, take it. So many trillions. Jiva. Okay, different form, different things, and plants and animals and humans and all those. Say granted. Okay, so all gone. So now all of them, this has been created by the power of Shiva, the big boss. So now, the CEO is smart. CEO is telling, but if the employees, they know that they are part of the chairman, come to same family, they will not obey me. किसी का भतीजा, किसी का चचेरा भाई, किसी का तो they will, chairman का तो they will nobody listen me. So do something, give me that power so that they will not know they are relative to you. Okay, that is also granted. Okay, finally, that final thing is called Maya, the veil, the illusion that has been created. The whole thing is given the power because otherwise they will not work. No? Okay, so this is the final understanding of why the Purusha, they don't know who they are. That is the self-realization is all about, to achieving their Shivatva. So there, as long as they are below Maya, under that principle granted, they will never know who they are. So they have to go beyond that level. Only then the truth is revealed to them. And they can achieve the Shivatva, all this further, all the qualities they can experience by their direct experience possible. But as long as they're working below Maya, it's not possible. And that is why this is understanding. But as long as so, all world is Maya, yes, because that is how it is by design. So you have to buy your power and things. That is a spiritual journey, that you have to overcome that. Then only truth will be revealed to you. And that is your journey for self-realization. All right. With this, we'll conclude this session today. So if you have any question, you can ask me, and let me save the attendance meanwhile. I'll post a picture which gives you all the steps you need not to remember. You can contemplate on that. So then it will be clear to you. All right. So if there is no question, let us conclude our session today.
Guruji, one small query.
Yes. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Hari Om. Yes.
Now, in this world, whatever has appeared will get dissolved one day.
Correct.
So,
as per Constitution.
As per Constitution. So the top 5, they are beyond this thing.
Correct.
Beyond the Kal.
Beyond, yeah. They're pure.
Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh are not part of the Kal.
No.
Okay.
Because they're not below Maya.
Okay.
Time doesn't apply. They are living in eternity.
Okay. Guruji, one
so
small line on...
Pancha Kanchuka doesn't apply them.
Okay. Just a small line on clarification on Maya. What is Maya?
Maya is the veil, that layer which doesn't allow you to see the truth.
Okay.
That's all. The energy, the cloud level, which doesn't allow you to see the truth, the infiniteness of the sky. That is Maya. You are under influence of that, means you are below cloud level.
Okay.
By your own power, spiritual power, you have to go beyond the sky, beyond the cloud level, then only you will be able to see open sky.
So when we are in 6th step of meditation, to what level we are touching?
No, we can reach up to the topmost level. Shiva Bhakti is actual experience, possible.
Okay.
But how much you can go depends upon your mind activity. All the Kanchukas will make you limited.
Right.
So it is possible. But I'm sure that, all of us having glimpses of that. We cannot stay there.
Okay.
Because of the nature of, we have to come back to earth. But it's not suggested also you stay there all the time. But I'm sure all of us, we have got a temporary experience of that. Okay.
So Guruji, what about this astral travel? To what level they go when you do astral travel?
No, all of them, they have a limitation.
Okay.
They cannot experience. See, that's why, let me tell you another way. The experience of oneness, for that you need a physical body. Astrally or soul level, you cannot attain that. Experience.
Okay.
Okay. For experience, you need the body. That's why people are, taking birth to undergo the process. to undergo overcoming the five senses and all. It's a part of the thing. Otherwise, it will not be the direct experience.
Right.
There are many, in that sense, they cannot achieve Shivatva. As for example, I'm just giving just for information, like angels. Okay, angels cannot be Shivatva because they don't have human experience. They're serving them, and the soul level all are good, but they cannot have the highest level of attainment.
Okay.
Because for that, you have to qualify from that. Means you see, for any one of us to get proper, say, degree, or master degree and all, you have to come from the school and slowly get and then get it. No? It's not possible to obtain a graduation directly.
Right, Guru.
Okay, you need to qualify for that.
Right, Guru.
Okay, somebody can gift somebody a degree, that is useless. Nobody cares. You know that.
Correct.
It's for show. Some political leader get a degree or doctorate. I'm not talking about that. But normal process, you need to qualify for that. No?
Right, Guru.
So there you may be having a lot of knowledge, but you have not come through proper channel. You will not get. That's why you cannot enter the final door. But human can.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you. Wonderful.
Okay. All right. God bless. Yeah, Shubhranta.
My question is like this: that soul is the consciousness, and then there is the body, mind, and intellect package, which is acting. So my question is, who is that? Who is acting on that package? Body, mind, soul. Is that
soul consciousness? The soul consciousness. As long as soul consciousness is connected, there's individual consciousness, individualized consciousness. As long as it is connected, the individual, then body operates and runs through all the characteristics. But the moment the connection is cut, that body becomes a dead body. Life ends. So the life is not about those bodies and indriyas and all those kind of stuff. Yeah? Body is the connection. Life is the connection of that with the body. So here it is the consciousness, individual soul consciousness. That is the Shivatva we are talking here.
So are we not saying that soul or the consciousness is the observer of what the body mind package is doing? So body is working based on the mind, which is driven by the intellect. Now that is a free will which is acting, and now soul is observing how this experience is happening. So I'm thinking like this, that soul is separate, which is observer, and then body mind package is being acted by somebody who is doing it based on his prakriti and intellect driven, based on his prakriti, he is doing this. So my
you see, I can confirm or reject that your understanding. Okay, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I'm not saying yes or no to that. But let me give you some fraction of this point so that you can correlate by yourself. Okay. Soul normally in the witness mode, it doesn't interfere into day-to-day business unless and we invite. Okay, so in that sense, yes, in the soul consciousness is a witness mode. But that is the only definition of the soul? No. Soul has a lot of things to do, a lot of ways it operates. One of the aspect is witnessing what physical body is doing. Like one father is looking at the child so that it doesn't go and touch some hot surface and doesn't fall from, some edge, something like that. Yeah. But does not mean that that is the only job of the father. Okay. Same here. It is one of the thing it does. Only on invitation basis, it comes and give the advice or something, which is the to and fro communication with the soul. But that with or without that, the lower level, lower body can operate. No issues with that. Okay. But one point of time, just to clear any kind of misunderstanding, at one level, this witness thing need to drop also. That is called triad resolution. Otherwise, enlightenment will not happen. Okay, that's higher level. So every aspect has a level. At one level, that is true. And another level, that is not true. That becomes a hindrance. See, lower level intellect is necessary to operate in the external world. But when we start the spiritual journey, same intellect, we have to overcome. Otherwise, it becomes interfere. It try to logically understand the thing, whereas the whole thing is experiential. You got my point? So, question is if intellect is needed or not needed, it depends upon which level you are. Whether it is helping you, whether it is associated with you, or whether it is hindering you to go further. Okay, just today morning, I think I discussing with someone, one of our members, and the same thing, like whole journey is about climbing the steps. Suppose how we climb our step, one foot is, say, third step, left, right is on fourth. Now you have to leave the third and left foot, you have to raise it to fifth. And then after that, you have to leave fourth and go to the sixth. That's why we climb up, right? Yeah. Now, at one level, third step may be very, very important because it is balancing the whole your body weight. Without that, you cannot climb up. It is absolutely necessary. But when you establish yourself on the fourth, balancing at the fourth, you have to leave third and move the leg to the fifth. Not because the third step was bad or it is, it didn't support you. If you're too much attached with the third one, you will not be able to move your leg from third to fifth. And most of us, we get stuck there, understanding wise or something, all this kind of stuff. Okay. It served its purpose. Now it is time to move on. Okay. Intellect is one of them. Intellect is served our purpose. But how can I leave intelligence? Because if you, without leaving that, you will not grow. You're stuck there. There's nothing wrong with the intellect. Even nothing wrong with the ego. Nothing wrong with the mind. But one particular point, that becomes, you have to drop it willingly to move further. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to give you the understanding that whatever you expend one understanding, it is correct. We should not we put left foot in the third and next foot on the fourth? Yes, true. But should we do it always? No. At one point of time, it becomes irrelevant. That's what I have given an example for the understanding purposes. Everything has its own importance. Everything has its own time also. That is a Kal Tattva. Okay. At one point of time, it will expire and you have to let it go. Okay. And the rocket also, the booster part has to drop sometime. Otherwise, the rocket cannot fly. It's too heavy.
Correct.
Yeah. So that approach, what I'm basically saying, be open. Your understanding is correct. But what I'm trying to give you, that is at a certain level. Once you cross the level, like you go beyond cloud level, then the mud and rain and all does not apply. That does not mean they're not happening. Okay. They are. But you are beyond that. Different set of logic will apply. That is how the right understanding of the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Okay. God bless you. All right. So if there is no further question, so we'll conclude. Already we got late today, but so we'll conclude with a Shanti Path. Sarvesham swastirvavatu. Sarvesham shantirvavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om sarve bhavantu sukhino Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschit dukkha bhag bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Mangalam. That completes our session today.